You have only one question. Is it worth fighting for it or not?
Hey everyone, this is Julie, and welcome to my So-Far Reviews segment. Today, I'm covering the new Karate Kid Legend movie that arrived on Netflix, and joining me once again is Rascal Entertainment!
Hey, hello!
This movie is the newest installment in the Karate Kid franchise, bringing the worlds of the OG and remake into one film. And it shows a kung fu prodigy whom, after moving to New York and confronting a local karate champion, you know the story, gets help from Mr. Han and Daniel LaRusso. But
before we start, we should like, subscribe, and notification ways of future reviews and stuff from So-Far.
Yes, and thank you so much for joining us today, subscribing to any and all of our channels, commenting everything you do. We appreciate you so much. Thank you guys. I was really excited when I heard about this coming out, and I know that normally the first thing you think about is how are they going to mess this up, because that's just like knee-jerk responses from everybody, because of the things that happen. But I did have some hope because of, one, the Netflix series The Karate Kid that is on. And before we continue, we need to let you know that this movie is separate from that universe. They're not supposed to be the same characters, but we had hope for that because The Karate Kid, the first 3 seasons we watched on Netflix, was done very well.
Yes.
Is that the name of it? The Karate Kid?
Cobra
Kai.
Kid.
Thank you. Cobra Kai. It was done so well. We had hope for this too. Jackie Chan. It had Jackie Chan in it, of course.
Yay.
In 3, it had Ralph Macchio.
Yeah.
And he still looks very, very young, amazingly. And you just wanted to have really good expectations for it. And last but not least, the young man Ben Wang that plays the lead, we actually saw some episodes of American Born Chinese, which we didn't get to finish because we were able to watch it during a free week on demand, and we really were impressed with his acting, and we really like the series, and hopefully one day we'll finish. So from all intents and purposes, we had high hopes for this film.
Yes, definitely. And when it started off, we weren't sure, as you said, but as the further it went along, the more interesting it got, and it still follows its regular Karate Kid formula. They do make a few alterations, but it's nothing where it's going way off the rails and becoming unrecognizable, or something that doesn't fit for the Karate Kid universe. And that was our biggest, not a problem, but we were concern that was going to be different. But they still maintain what you know about Karate Kid and being fun. It just might go a little faster than usual.
Right. So for those of you not familiar with Karate Kid Legends, it came out this year. It's a martial arts drama film, as we mentioned, starring Jackie Chan, Ralph Macchio, and introducing Ben Wang as the main lead. Again, he has been in other work, American Born Chinese. And it's the 6th film in the Karate Kid franchise, serving as a continuation of the Karate Kid and the TV series Cobra Kai. Now, I read that, again, these are supposed to be 2 separate universes, because in the one in Cobra Kai, he's got a son and a daughter and a wife. He owns car dealerships and so forth. But in this one, he's totally different. So this is not the same Daniel LaRusso. Right. Just so you know. And it was great to have Ralph Macchio return, of course.
Yes.
Now, this movie was directed... this is the first film that was not directed by Jerry Weintraub, who directed the others. He died in 2015. It had a budget of $45 million and earned over $115 million at the box office, so it did well. And it originally released in May of this year, so Netflix got it pretty quickly. It's 94 minutes, not very long, and I think that was the perfect length for this movie.
Yes, definitely, because when you watch the other Karate Kid movies, they have a set amount of time to establish all 3 acts, and this one does it too. You can tell they're going a little faster at certain points because they acknowledge that they're in at the time making that 2024, 2025, and it's a lot different from the Karate Kid movies from decades ago. It's different from the Jaden Smith Karate Kid movie. They had to update things. There's just certain things you just couldn't do, or things they had to change and adapt to. So I like that they have sort of a blending of the old with the new, with having Mr. Han and Daniel coming together to teach them. You need both of them to help him win, because one of the biggest things is that this guy who is bullying him constantly is already a karate master. Right. It's not just one that's a simple bully or no simple thing, no self-defense. He's already skilled. So even with him already having skill himself, he can still counteract it. So he was a much bigger threat, where even the self-defense he knows probably wasn't going to work. Right. And it makes it a little more intimidating that this guy could just level him at any time, even with his skills.
And also, in this one, you had Jackie Chan, as you mentioned, as Mr. Han, being his Shifu, or master of Wugan Kung Fu, in Beijing. So when he gets to America, of course, you have karate. And it's a different discipline in ways. And he had to learn that, the main character. Lee had to learn that. And he didn't have Mr. Han in the U.S. to help him with that. Right. And he had to rely on the things he'd already learned and apply them to the situation he was in. What I do like is that this was not a caricature. And it was not like Karate Kid, is it 4?
The next Karate Kid?
Right, it wasn't like that. We were really glad. We saw that. It was okay. But it didn't do a good job translating the franchise. This one did. Because the characters were likable, the new characters were introduced to, and the family that he meets, the girl he meets, the dad, and so forth are likable. The mom was even likable, even though you thought she was being a little strict, but she was reflecting her culture and beliefs, and she was not where you disliked her. You just kind of wish maybe she was a little less, strict. But then you learn that the way she reared him and taught him was helpful in his journey here, and how he applied those things. They had comedy.
Yes.
They had drama.
Yes.
You have your little romance with Lee and the girl he meets. Sadie. No, that's the actress' name. Mia's her name. And you liked it. You liked the ship. You approved the ship. And we also had a different presentation of the tournament this time. It was very different from before, and this one it was kind of no holds bar. A little more violence was allowed.
Of course.
And people were competing from the local boroughs and nearby boroughs. It was on the top of a building.
Yeah, one of the places. Yeah. So you do like
it wasn't in a dojo.
Right. You do like they were trying to make it really different from the other ones, and I think that's the only time where like the movie was speeding up, because in the other films the third act is usually stretched out and they building up to the final one. This one kind of goes lightning round, one hit knockout, one hit knockout, one hit knockout, and they were really just trying to beat each other as quickly as possible to get to the next one. So I guess you could see that was the difference. It was more about how fast could they take out the opponent and get to the next round, like you were playing a game, which they heavily formatted like. And another thing that both of us like was that most of the time when they do movies nowadays in martial arts, they tend to want to have it done a certain way, very different from other movies where it's a mixture of cultures and people learning from each other. This went back to that, because most movies now tend to only have certain groups of people learn the skills and the martial arts, and it's really a group of people in the setting of America, and it's about them and it's their story. Right. And in here, they apply the karate and the kung fu to boxing and to different things, everyday things, like they did for the 2012 movie. And we like that there wasn't any type of message or bullying in the sense of they were making fun of people for being different, because we've seen that so much. They make a little joke to
the bully keeps calling him Beijing.
Yeah, and well, he was born in Beijing.
And we're like, well, how's that an insult?
Yeah, he's born in Beijing. He lived in Beijing. That's not even an insult.
Right.
So
you're a dumb bully.
So we do like that there wasn't that stereotype that you see in every movie where they are hounding on the character for being in another country. The worst was the name, and it didn't even make sense.
And in addition to that, you loved how the people he was meeting here weren't racist and bigoted,
Yeah,
and that
'cause you got so
stereotype.
tired of it.
Because, yes, exactly. It was done very well. This movie was a joy to watch. It was fun. It was dramatic. It kept your interest. Again, the characters were likable. They did a really good job with this movie. Now, I remember seeing reviews of people who were downing it before they even saw it. And then one reviewer claimed, oh, well, it takes too long to get to LaRusso and Han. And Jackie
It's about
Chan
an
is too
hour.
old, bullcrap. And LaRusso, we don't want to see him, bullcrap. And the movie is mostly around Han and LaRusso. Not true, people. They are a portion of this movie. It focuses on Lee. It
Yes,
focuses
entirely.
on, yes. And if you haven't watched it because you've heard the negative reviews of people, trying to discourage you from watching it, you need to watch it. And if you're a Karate Kid fan of the franchise or even the Netflix series, you owe it to yourself to watch this. I am so happy that we didn't listen and watched it, and I can't wait to watch it again.
Yeah.
So let's go over the cast quickly. Jackie Chan, as we mentioned, is Mr. Han, a revered Shifu of Wugan in Beijing. Ralph Macchio is Dan LaRusso. Sensei Miyagi-Do. Ben Wang is Li Fang. And Marco Zhang plays a young Lee. Joshua Jackson is Victor Lapani, Mia's dad. And Sadie Stanley is Mia, Victor's daughter. And you might as well say his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Ming-Na Wen, Yes Mulan,
Yes.
is Dr. Fang, Lee's mom. Aramis Knight is Connor Day, the bully. Wyatt Oleff is Alan, Lee's tutor and friend. Shawnette Renee Wilson is Mrs. Morgan, his Lee's school teacher. Tim Rosen is O'Shea, a loan shark, who is Victor's courier. You learn more about them when you watch it. Oscar Gate is Bo Fong, Lee's deceased older brother. And you'll get more on that story when we watch it. We won't spoil it. And they have Pat Morita appearing in archival footage from Karate Kid Part 2. And there is a surprise guest at the end. We're not going to spoil it for you.
Yes.
But it was such a joy not to know and having it not spoiled ahead of time.
Yes.
We were surprised and happy and giddy, and it was a great touch at the end.
Yes.
So you watch it to the end. Don't leave, because it is so great that this person makes an appearance.
Yes, absolutely.
So if you've seen the Karate Kid Legends movie, let us know in the comments. Did you see it at the theater? Did you watch it on Netflix like we did? Did you think it was a great addition to the franchise? Tell us your thoughts. Please tell us your thoughts. And if you haven't, it's available on Netflix exclusively to stream. And you may be able to buy it on DVD. We're not sure.
Yeah.
But if you haven't seen it, again, and you like good movies that have drama, comedy, romance, fun, a nice story, and that you don't have cursing,
No, not really.
and no heavy violence. I mean, you had the martial arts, but you didn't have a lot of violence, cursing, and no sexual innuendo or sex at all.
Right.
Family
It was
friendly.
clean.
This is a movie you should watch. Come back and tell us what you think.
And don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the Facebook to get updates on Self-App's channel, along with more reviews, hacks, mashups, and so much more.
Yes, and thank you so much for joining us today, subscribing, sharing videos, commenting. We appreciate you. And thank you, Rascal, for joining us again. You're always welcome. As always, guys, you are special.
Thanks so much for watching. I'm
I'm-
Rascal.
I'm Julie.
Have a fantastic day.
Continue to be happy, healthy, whole, and also one of my specials. See you next time.
Remember what you're fighting for.
When you understand that, you'll be ready.
I was born in the struggle.